Welcome to the second REDCap training video for the tactic trial, focusing on data entry. Once you have logged in to the University of Oxford's REDCap instance, as explained in the previous video, you can start the data entry process. To add a new record, simply click on Add Records in red, and you will see this screen. Click in the field Enter a new or existing patient's trial number and carefully type in the assigned trial number, which will also be used in sealed envelope for randomization. It is crucial that the trial number you enter is exactly the same as the one assigned and used to randomize, as you won't be able to modify it once created. You should always follow this format: TC-S-NNN, where S is the site number and NNN is the subject number. Now, from trial-specific procedures and documentation, you will know what the site number is for your specific site. For example, 1 is for Bristol and 2 for Oxford. That number will stay the same for all participants recruited at the same site. The subject number starts with 001 and increases by 1, 002, 003 and so on, for each new patient recruitment at a given site. In this fictitious example, we are operating at the Churchill Hospital in Oxford, which is site 2, and we are recruiting our 99th patient. So we'll enter the trial number TC-2-099 and hit enter. The next screen you will see displays a matrix of data collection instruments and events, also called the data matrix. It is the record homepage, and you will see your patient's trial number here, TC-2-099. The column headings across the top are events, and these are the key stages within the study process. The row labels down the left-hand side are the names of the data collection instruments, also called case report forms, CRFs or forms in short, and it should be easy to tell from the instrument names what they contain. The instruments and events have been arranged in logical order. The round circles on this screen are helpful to indicate which event a data entry instrument belongs to. Some instruments, for example health service utilization, for which we need to scroll down, found here, appear in more than one event. Here, the information is collected at 3 time points: the 2-week, 4-week and 12-week follow-up. You will need to enter all of them as the data becomes available to you. If you cannot see all the events, just scroll to the right-hand side. The last column is adverse events. The last CRF is SAE medical review form. Similarly, some events, for example baseline, contain more than one data collection instrument. You will need to enter all of them as the data becomes available to you. To start entering data into a data collection instrument or form for a specific event, just click on the relevant circle in the data matrix. Work methodically through the form, entering data where you can. There are a few things to point out. Some questions are mandatory, and these ones have been labeled must provide value in red. For these, if you do not enter a value, you will get a pop-up warning when you save the form. Although you can override this warning if the data is genuinely unavailable, it is best to avoid doing this if you can. You will see the patient's trial number displayed at the top, and also here. This will appear on every form and is no longer able to be edited. Dates need to be entered in the format dd-mm-yyyy. It is easiest to click on the calendar symbol to the right of the box and select your date from there. Or if you're entering today's date, just click on the button labeled Today. Next, we have drop-down fields. So just click on the drop-down arrow and select your option from the list displayed. Here, as we said, we're operating at the Churchill Hospital, Oxford, so we'll be selecting this. It is essential that the recruiting center that you've selected here matches the patient's trial number, namely the site number, as REDCap won't be cross-checking this. Next, we have yes/no fields and single select options, which present the form of radio buttons. You can only select one option. To deselect a previous choice on radio buttons, simply click on Reset. This will clear out what you've entered, allowing for entries in error where another choice cannot be selected instead. To illustrate multiple choice options, we will need to go to another CRF. Rather than clicking on the Record Status dashboard, which will display all the participants, we will click on the link for our patient's trial number just underneath. Here we'll leave without saving changes, and we are presented with the data matrix for that specific patient. Let's click on Baseline Assessment in the Baseline event. Where scrolling down the form, we will see tick boxes which illustrate multiple choice options. For these, just tick on all that apply. You may have noticed that a new field has appeared, Please Specify. This is because we selected the Other RESP, Please Specify option. You will notice throughout the CRFs that some fields do appear only if certain data is entered or selected. This is completely normal and has been designed to reduce burden on staff and improve their data entry experience while improving data quality. This is called conditional logic, and it applies when values such as Other Please Specify have been selected, as in this example. Here you can see that the Please Specify is mandatory. So let's put a value. Now if we deselect the original option, you will get a pop-up warning asking you if you like to erase the current value. Click OK to hide the field and erase the value, or Cancel to leave it as it is. Here we'll click OK, and the value in Please Specify has now disappeared, is now blank. The last type of fields is the file upload field. For this, we'll need to scroll down the CRF. Here we are asked to upload an anonymized screenshot of the baseline chest X-ray. Simply click Upload File and choose File on your current device. Here it is. Open, then Upload. Please note that there is no restriction on the file type. However, the maximum file size is 32 MB, which should be plenty. Here we see it listed. We can upload a new version in the same way, or remove the file. We'll continue demonstrating data entry in the next video continued.